countdown. Which team represents the NFC in Super Bowl 54?
The Packers offense couldn't get anything going in that Week 12 matchup. Nothing went right for the Packers offense that night. I mean, everything. The only thing that didn't go wrong was Aaron Jones getting his Twitter account hacked. But that happened last night, okay?
Hilarious.
Yeah, well, hilarious
That's
for one guy. One Bears fan. Niners held the Packers to season lows all over the place that night. There is Levi's Stadium right there. John Lynch telling the faithful, they call him the faithful out there, Mike Ruff.
Yes.
He's telling the faithful, you better get up and you better get loud because we need the home field advantage. It is still early out there, but Stacey Dales, Steve White, they don't know early. They just know on time. That's what they know. Hello, Stacey. Let's start with you on the Packers.
Well, first of all, the only reason I'm wearing gloves is because my fingers are still freezer burnt, it feels like. A little bit from last week in Green Bay. Listen, this is a completely different Green Bay team, Mike Garafolo. Good morning to all of you. Than we saw in Week 12, Steve. And I think if ever the term player accountability became a factor for them, it was after that game. It was almost a galvanizing force. After a big loss, it was their worst loss of the season. You can either splinter or you can galvanize as a group. Defensively, they had a players-only meeting. We communicate terribly. They fixed it. They feel like they won 6 in a row. And then offensively, they were 1 for 15 on third down, Steve. And so fine-tuning and playing with greater urgency, it incited a lot of urgency in this team. So they're different.
Well, head coach Kyle Shanahan said this week that the score looked lopsided, but the actual competition of the game was far closer. Stacey, remember the early turnover early in the game off of a sack? They were converting plays, but then having penalties and setting them back. So, he was pointing those things out to players this week, saying, yeah, the score, you guys may think you blew them out, but it really wasn't a blowout to the end of the game. Remember how competitive it was. And some coaches and players I spoke with this week said they understand what's at stake here. Defensive coordinator Robert Saleh told me one of the big things they've got to worry about now is the Packers offense. Since that game, they've really established the ground game, not just with Aaron Jones, but that offensive line. So he said they have an identity that they've got to deal with here, Stacey, and that's part of it. But the 49ers, they're the ones playing with a little bit of pressure on them right now, right? They're the number 1 seed. They're playing at home. People are expecting them to win this ball game. So for the Packers, from that regard, I mean, do they feel like, hey, they've got nothing to lose here?
It's funny you said that because that's exactly how they feel. I mean, they felt underrated all season long, and they'll tell you, people might think we're the worst 14-3 team in the history of the National Football League because of how ugly some of our wins have been. But, wide receiver Alan Lazard said this week, that game humbled us. And Aaron Rodgers talked about the pressure's on them. What are they picked? What are they favored by? 7.5 or so? And he kind of joked about it in his presser this week. He said, for us, all of them, that was the worst game of the season they could have possibly played. So they're loose and they feel ready to go coming into this game. They do not feel pressure as an underrated team entering the NFC Championship.
Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo said this week, despite everything, despite all of that, he said they have prepared their behinds off, that's in parentheses, and they're ready to roll.
I felt like we were just sitting in listening to their breakfast conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Fantastic.
I like it.
You two playing off of each other. Fantastic. We need more of that. Thank you, guys.
Actually, they looked at each other when they talked to each other.
Isn't it amazing?
Cool. Yeah.
Like they like each other.
Chemistry is amazing.
Chemistry is amazing. All right, the Packers and Niners, a lot of history between these two legendary franchises. This will be their 8th postseason meeting. Only the Cowboys and Rams have each played it more in the playoffs. I forgot my glasses, but your hand in my face isn't helping either.
We're all teammates here, right?
Just drive the bus that you just drove.
All right, it is championship weekend, which means we're down to the final 4 teams in the NFL, and we want to throw out some predictions here about tomorrow's games, only using 4 words. Well, 4 words is a title, and then we're going to explain it a little bit, okay? So, D-Hall, you're up first.
And I'm just writing my words?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes.
No explanation?
Yeah, you got an explanation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
What are you doing? Is that a...
Yeah, that's a stylist. That
No, I don't think that...
Oh.
All right, glad we rehearsed this.
Wait.
Yep. All right.
This is great TV right here.
Yep.
ARod.
Got it.
Back to just using my hand.
There you go.
Okay.
I was excited about the stylist.
Yeah.
ARod still.
All
There
right.
you go.
we go.
Come on, touch screen.
This is
Work
why
with D-Hall.
Usually they pre-record these segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Still
live is better because you guys get to see the magic.
There it
Still
is.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You did it.
Hold up, D-Hall.
And
Hold
I've
up.
been
Please explain this to me, bro.
I have not been hating on A-Rod's greatness.
Like,
I have not been hating on A-Rod's greatness. I have been hating on A-Rod in this offense, okay? Because I want A-Rod to be Michael Jordan. He's always been Michael Jordan.
How many championships have they gotten?
It's gotten him one.
How many times did he return
I understand A-Rod wants more, and so I have subscribed to the formula that Mike Robb says that this offense needs to have a game plan. They need to run the football and then let A-Rod be special. And so I think the 49ers will win this game. Probably shouldn't have told y'all that just yet, but if they don't, it's going to be because A-Rod is still the GOAT, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. A-Rod still the GOAT.
We can try this if anybody else wants to, but
Who up? Who's going to go next?
it worked good for me.
I'll go.
Whoever's
I'll
the
go.
quickest
How about
later
this?
among-
Here we go. Here we go.
sorry,
I'm going to
guys.
try
I'm
and make
sorry.
this fast. Okay, so here we
She
go.
likes to get those things down there.
She's just ignoring the lines. too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about that.
Yes.
This just works.
Big
Red.
Red.
That's Andy.
Okay.
A little bit of a delay here.
Big
huh?
Red times.
Oh, what's the last word going to
Oh.
be? Yours.
Big Red times yours. Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, with the comma.
Big Red, time is yours. 21 seasons as a head coach here, 15 trips to the postseason, 0 Lombardi souvenirs. In fact, the only time he went to the Super Bowl, Mike Rabel scored on him. So don't let that happen again. Listen, he is, right now the Chiefs, they're playing obviously for the Lamar Hunt Trophy, the trophy named after the Chiefs' late, great owner, the man who coined the phrase Super Bowl. It's all so poetic at this point. And when you talk about his career, he's a Hall of Fame coach, but a ring, I think, would solidify that.
Yes, it
He's
would.
the winningest
Absolutely.
head coach in NFL history without a championship. Get it done. The time is now. 1-5 in championship games. Come on, reverse the trend.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Who's up?
His only
You gonna
appearance
go,
was
G? I'm up.
my team in
I'm
2004.
up. So I'm up. All right, look, forget my spelling, okay? I went to public schools, all right? Check this out, all right? Tannehill. Oh, I hope I spell his last. Yeah, tell me in my ear, Cody, yes.
Yeah, you got it.
Hill.
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 I know how to spell Hill. Get out my ear. Okay, Tannehill.
There's nothing wrong with public school.
I
went too.
return.
I noticed his choice of finger, too.
Oh, be quiet, GZ. Returns to...
Temperamental screen.
Huh? All right, I got to put this other word up here.
No.
Miami, the Titans go to the damn Super Bowl. Yes,
baby.
yes. And Tannehill going to do it by throwing for some yards. Yes, Derrick Henry's going to have over 100, okay? He's going to have over 100. But for them to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, Ryan Tannehill is going to have to continue to show everybody why he was the league's leader in passer rating this year. He's going to have to make some plays. Ryan Tannehill returns to Miami. They're going to the Super Bowl. I see you, Vrabel. I see you. I see you.
We have
Story
like
ending, that
no
would be
picks left.
fantastic.
Hey, it's only 2 games, G.
All right,
okay?
while everybody's looking for the remote here, I'll just tell you, we are actually
look
going
at
to
your finger you're
be
using.
in Miami. Well, I learned from you. We're actually going to be in Miami on the beach, so join us there. Come hang out if you want to hang out.
Yeah.
And I will tell, what's it? Somewhere.
Family reunion.
I should have left your Miami up there. So Miami, okay? What am I talking about? Whose family?
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about Denise and Tony Garoppolo and Jimmy's brother, Mike. That's right. There is a Mike Garoppolo. I showed up to training camp a couple of years ago. I said, you just missed him. He was here yesterday.
No.
We haven't had Mike Garoppolo and Mike Garofalo in the same location hanging out together, but I think we're finally going to get it in Miami. And maybe they're going to come out and hang with us on Saturday, literally on the beach when we're doing our show. Jimmy, the 49ers, they are going. This franchise is returning to glory, or at least the chance to capture glory in Miami. This franchise has been through some hard times. My hands are working.
Yeah, you just can't stop coming together with your hands.
What's better here, you or your cousin?
Mike?
Yeah.
Mike.
I wondered. That's all.
Jimmy got the best of the bunch, man.
We asked for your predictions in 4 words. Dallas says 49ers win, Chiefs win.
A replay of
Hey, that's Dallas, our intern. I like it.
That's pretty dope.
He's giving us picks too early, though. Again, we got to wait till the end of the show, guys.
They're going to need
This
vintage
one,
Aaron
vintage
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
They're going to need it.
performance. That's
They're
true,
definitely
Ned.
going to need it.
Andy Reid's first ring. I'm
So
with you.
you're already
Chris.
saying he's going to win the Super Bowl. The NFC has nothing for you, is what you're saying.
This is his time, you guys.
They got some pass
Time.
rushes.
That's
All right. I've got 4 more words for you. Mahomes is a stud, but will he have more touchdowns?
Look at that quarterback right there, D-Hall. Don't